Hey everybody! Today I'm making a curry, Chrissy style. So I probably do everything wrong that you learn about curries, but believe me, this one is to die for. So I'm just gonna make my own recipe here. So what I'm gonna use, I cut up some hot pepper, some hot red pepper. I have some cilantro also cut up. Um, I have some fresh ginger. I used about an inch by an inch and just cut it in, little pieces like that. Then my secret weapon, cardamom pods, and I love these. So right now they're dried, but when you put them in the curry, they will get soaked nicely and get soft. I mean, you can't eat them, and sure, I always say the one that finds a pot is the lucky one. Just spit them out, but they're good. I mean, they give so much flavor to your curry. It's unbelievable. Then, of course, I have some mild curry powder and a little mixture of ground cloves, cumin, and curcuma. So just easy, simple herbs. I'm going to use a can of coconut milk, one cut up zucchini. I have some tomatoes that I'm going to use. I cut up 2 big tomatoes. I'm just going to toss. You know, curry for me is always like, what do I have left over vegetable wise, and I just toss it in. So another thing I'm going to put in is pumpkin. See, I cut it up in little pieces. So I just use my enormous pumpkin. We call it a bottle pumpkin. I don't know what you call it. And I just cut slices from it, and then you can easily cut off the skin, because if you don't do it that way, it's going to be really, really hard. I mean, you can't really peel it. I can't do that. I mean, fingers will fly, so I'm not doing it. I just cut up pieces. So I used about half, and it already gave me like quite an amount of pumpkin. Now, what I always do, because pumpkin is so tough and needs such a long time to get soft, I kind of pop them in a microwave, and like this, I pop them in the microwave for about 3 minutes with a little bit of water, so little cubes and a little bit of water, and just pop them in the microwave for 2-3 minutes. So they get a little bit soft, so you have a little bit of a head start. Probably against every rule you ever heard. I have 2 eggplants that are already popped in the oven. So what I do, I usually cut off the end and I poke holes. I cover them in oil, and then I just put them in the oven for about 20 minutes on 380, so Fahrenheit. So that would be like 200 degrees Celsius. And you just leave them in the oven until they're wrinkly, but not completely dried out on the inside. So they will probably still be, let's have a check, they will probably still be a little bit under, which is good. Yes, see, they're still a little bit under, because if you completely let them get soft, they will just disappear in your sauce. You will have no eggplant in your sauce. They will just simply disappear. So I'm just gonna cut them in 4, and then I'm just gonna cut little pieces like that. So about yay big. All right. They're still pretty hot. Hot! Burning fingers! Okay, maybe it's smarter to let them cool down a little bit, but who wants to be smart, right? There. Whoop. That's quite a lot. So what I love to use in the kitchen, you probably noticed, I use these little plastic things. they actually, you actually get them in the Netherlands and in Belgium too. When you get Chinese takeout, it comes in all these little trays, and they're so convenient. Yeah, I'm Dutch. We don't like to spend money. All right, so that's one. Let me do another one. So in 4. Ow. So it's good to make this curry a little bit ahead of time. The flavors do need to develop a little bit. So I usually do it about, I don't know, 2-3 hours before dinner time, or even the day before. Oh, come on. This knife is terrible for this. Let me get another knife. It's going to be my next investment, good knives, because these are just done. Okay. Ow. Ow. Okay. There. This one and that one. Oh, almost done. Almost fingers. Fingers in the sauce. Nobody likes that. Right. That's done. Bring these in my little tray. Boopity boop. There. Good. Okay. So let me take you over to the stove. Hi, so we made it to the stove. So I'm just gonna pour some oil in the pan. Heat it. Okay. And now, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in all the herbs except for the cilantro. So the whole mixture can develop a little bit. All right. So red hot pepper, ginger, a little mixture of all kinds of herbs, my curry powder there, and of course my cardamom pops. Pots, not pops, pots. And we stir. And just let that mixture just get brown a little bit and develop a little bit. And, you know, get nice and warm feet. Oops. There. Okay. Good. Now after this one, I'm gonna toss in my pumpkin that I still need to drain of a little bit of water I added. It can be a little moist. Because I want that to get a little bit of coloring on it. If you don't do that, and you know, if you have leftovers and you reheat it, you will have no pumpkin. It will be completely dissolved. Same with your eggplant, by the way. So it will get, the more you reheat it afterwards, the more soggy, or more, I don't know, it just gets to be one big goo without any texture. So you have to be a little bit careful. Oh, this is starting to smell nice already. Okay, there. Now don't let it get too hot. You don't want to burn it. All right, so it's a nice mixture. Let me try to show you without burning fingers. There, nice mixture. There's a bit of a nasty angle. I need to figure that out. All right, here goes the pumpkin. Mix, mix, mix. All right. Oh, it smells wonderful. Okay, just let it sit for a bit. Make sure that you don't burn it. I mean, all those herbs are very prone to burning, so just be careful, keep an eye on that. Okay, after this, I'm gonna add in my coconut milk. Just 1 can will do. And it's always a surprise whether it's, well, it's almost my artery. So this is not so liquid anymore. Sometimes it's very liquid, sometimes, oh, there it is. All right. Yummy, yummy coconut. There. Okay, what I always do, I always do like that so no cats can get in there, or a raccoon or whatever, and get his or her head stuck. And let's live the rest of his life with a can on his head. Silly, probably, but it's a habit. All right, now it's starting to look a lot like curry. Look. Yes. All right, now I'm just gonna add in the rest. So zucchini goes in, tomato goes in. I don't know why I used tomato today. I don't always do that, but I had tomato left over, like I said. You know, usually I also put in some beans, like chickpeas. They go very, very well with a curry. But yeah, it's always a surprise. It's never the same. So there are a lot of eggplant. Mix, mix, mix. Okay. Well, that's a lot of veggies, people. Okay, now I'm gonna, everything's in, yes. So now I'm gonna turn the heat very, very low and let it simmer for, I don't know, at least an hour. Yeah. Fire still on, yes. All right, make sure to cover it with a lid so you don't lose all the yumminess. And just let it sit there for an hour. We'll be back here to check on it. If you like your curries more liquid, then pour in some more coconut milk, because I really use a lot of vegetables today, and it's, see, the sauce could be a little bit more, but then on the other hand, you do get liquid from the veggies that are in, so I just like to let it simmer first and see what happens. So we'll get a little surprise in a while. All right. Ow, that's hot. Be right back. Okie dokie. So what I'm going to do while this is developing, as you can see, it's getting to be beautiful. Yeah, so, okay. There's one thing I did. I added some more coconut cream. So first I had a can of 400 milliliters coconut cream, but that was not enough for the amount of vegetables I had. So I added another 200 milliliters. So in total 600 milliliters coconut cream, just because it, or coconut milk, I should say, just because it wasn't moist enough, and now it's really nice. Yum yum. And it could actually, I'm going to leave the lid off so it can just get a little bit more thickening. Yes, should thicken a little bit. Just leave a little gap. All right, meanwhile, So when you serve it, you can serve it with either the Indian bread, naan bread, or the papadums, which are the crunchy, um, crunchy thingies that you eat with Indian food. But since I'm trying to stay low on carbs, I'm gonna fry um, some of those rice things that you use to make these ricey rice these ricey thingies to make ricey thingies, you know. Um, for spring rolls, that's the name, spring rolls, summer spring rolls. So usually you just put them in water and they get really sticky. You can fold them and whatnot. But if you put them in hot oil, they will actually bubble up and get really nice and crunchy. And it's fun to serve with a curry just to get a little bit of extra texture to it. So let's do that. And it goes super fast. So it gets a little bit of a layer of oil. Well, maybe a little bit more. Whoop. Can you see it? Let me change the heat a little bit so you can see what I'm trying to do. Today I'm a bit of a messy cook. So crank up the heat. There. Bum, ba-da, bum, bum, ba-da, bum. Let's wait till it's hot. Come on, get hot. Make sure everything is nice and white. It's actually a bit the same when you make the papadums, that you also have to fry a little bit. There. Yep. Yep. Good. Crunchy. There. All right, so let's dish up. So I have my curry. It's still a little bit runnier than I would like it. So usually I would probably leave it on the stove longer and just have the lid off and let it just get a little bit thicker. But for now it's fine. So I made a little bit of toasted coconut. So just dry toast in the pan. Keep a keen eye on it because it burns really fast, but it makes it a little bit crunchier. So I'm gonna add that over it. Now curry you can eat with, like I said before, with papadums or naan bread or rice or whatever. I like to eat it pure because I do watch carbs a little bit, so I'm just making it curry. A little bit of the cilantro we had. Just toss it over. I love cilantro. I could cover it in cilantro. There. And I'll put on a dollop of Greek yogurt. There. Just to give it a little bit of a freshness. A little creaminess to it. Wow, you know what? Just make it look pretty. We like pretty. There. And of course, we had our little toasty thing. That, I think. Ooh, yes. So, here it goes. What about this? What about that? Cheers. Mm. Yes. Thanks for watching. Try it. See you next time, people.